Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is July 7th, 2026, and I'm here to tell you that Barcelona have completed not one, not two, but three signings, and I'm going to tell you who they are. But at first, we're going to be talking about some bad news because a La Masia prospect is leaving the club. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is Boo. And oh my god, did you guys see that match between Argentina and Egypt? What a match. Egypt up 2-0 and Argentina mounting a comeback in the final minutes of the match. 3 goals and assists by Messi, a goal by Messi, and then another goal that even though Messi didn't score, assist, the play does start with him. What a match, ladies and gentlemen. At 39 years old, Messi continues to do it. He has 8 goals in the World Cup. He has missed two penalties. He could technically have 10, but nonetheless, even with those misses, he's still the top scorer of the World Cup at 39 years old, ladies and gentlemen. 39. What we're seeing is absolutely insane. Now, I'm going to be posting a video discussing Argentina's comeback. I encourage you to watch it because I'm going to address something that many content creators are not talking about, right? We're seeing content creators, analyze the match tactically, or other ones call that saying it's a robbery. And there's all kinds of videos about all kinds of topics, except this one topic that I really want to discuss. It's going to be in the next video, so make sure to check it out. And anyways, enough about the World Cup. Let's talk about Barcelona because we do have some bad news. And that bad news is that one of Barcelona's most interesting prospects in La Masia is leaving the club, and it's no other than Adam Carwal. You guys have actually mentioned him priorly. We've talked about him previously in the channel as well. He's a 13-year-old midfielder. He's a midfielder and a winger. He can play in both positions. He's originally Moroccan. He was born in Germany, and then he moved to Catalonia back in 2023 in order to join Barcelona's academy, which he did. And after 3 seasons, he has decided to leave. Now, Adam Carwal, of course, became viral when videos or highlights of some of his matches were published on social media. And you guys might recall those videos. In fact, we shared one of them here on the channel. That got flagged by copyright, so I cannot share it again. But if you want to look him up, I encourage you to do so, but it was a video of him, just dribbling past everyone, doing some crazy skills. And it's funny because you see this like little tiny kid with his hair that's bigger than him, and he's like doing this amazing thing with the ball, and that's how he went viral. That's how we ended up talking about him in the channel, and that's how many of you mentioned him to me. But it looks like Adam Carwal, after 3 seasons at Barcelona, is leaving. It looks like despite his incredible talent, his progress his development, I should say, was not progressing as many would have expected. And that kind of resulted in his family being unhappy, not feeling like their son or that this kid was in the right place or in the appropriate place. And as such, they have decided that, they're going to go somewhere else. We don't know where he's going yet. There are several teams in Spain interested in him, of course. Yeah, he looks very promising. So we don't know where he's going, but we do know that he won't be staying at Barcelona. Now, I got to say this. I really, truly hope that this is something that the family really thought about and they truly believe that this is the best decision. I really hope it's not just frustration because, like I mentioned, his development hasn't progressed as well as everyone thought. And that's because, progression in football and in life, it's not a straight line. It's not this. Many people think progress is this. Progress is not this. It has a lot of ups and downs and twists and turns. It's more like, and this, right? That's how progress looks like in football and in real life. So I really, truly hope it's not his family just being impatient and saying, he's not progressing as fast as we wanted him. Let's take him somewhere else. Because if that's the case, that will be a shame, right? Because I think we can confidently say that La Masia is the greatest academy in the world. Why? Because it has produced the greatest talent in the world, right? Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, Lamine. I mean, the list is so long. It took me an hour just to go through all those names. So I truly hope that's not the case. I truly hope that the family really thought about this and they realized maybe, La Masia is not the best place for him. Maybe somewhere else is. I truly hope that because, it'd be a shame to see this talent wasted just because his family or parents were impatient. But either way, wherever Adam goes, I truly wish him the best because, he does look like very promising talent. And I would love to see, what this young talent could offer us in the future. Anyways, on to the next bit of news. And the next three bits of news are all good news. It's all about arrivals, not departures, because, ladies and gentlemen, Barcelona have secured not one, not two, but three signings. Is starting with this guy whose name is Johnny Hernandez. He's an 18-year-old left-footed winger who can play on either flank. Barcelona have signed him from Tenerife, which is the island where Pedri's from. No, Pedri is from Tenerife, if I remember correctly. But anyways, Johnny Hernandez is considered the most promising player to come out of the island since Pedri. Yes, since Pedri. Big words right there. Lots of promise here. Lots of potential. He's an attacker known for his technical ability, creativity, and also versatility. And Barcelona have signed him for 500,000 euros, with Tenerife keeping 25% of the rights of the player. And Johnny Hernandez, of course, will be joining Barca Atletic. This is part of Barcelona's, restructuring of Barca Atletic. As I mentioned in previous videos, Barcelona have been signing players for Barca Atletic left and right. They've been offloading players left and right because Barcelona have a very, very serious goal to promote Barca Atletic from 4th to 3rd division. We've been talking about it a lot. I'm going to continue talking about it a lot because this is a very, very important goal that Barcelona need to achieve during this upcoming season. And Johnny Hernandez is one of those players who will be joining Barca Atletic to help with this goal. But given how promising this player is, we never know. He could be one day become a first-team player. Now, the second player that Barcelona have signed is also from Tenerife, and his name is Juan Ibarra. He's a 22-year-old midfielder. He came up through Rayo Vallecano's academy before joining Tenerife. And last season, he scored 13 goals and provided 9 assists for the reserve team of Tenerife and ended up debuting for the first team of Tenerife back in April. And he too is joining Barca Atletic. This is more of a Barca Atletic signing as opposed to Johnny Hernandez, who's a Barca Atletic signing with the hope that he could one day make the jump to the first team. Of course, that doesn't mean that Juan Ibarra will not make the jump or cannot make the jump, right? But it's kind of like Gerard Martin, right? Gerard Martin, when Barcelona signed him, he was supposed to be a Barca Athletic signing, and that's it, right? But Flick saw him, and he's like, I can work with this guy, and look at him. He has earned his starting spot right next to Paco Arce on the first team, which is pretty incredible. So I would say Juan Ibarra is more like a Gerard Martin, someone who comes to Barca Athletic as a Barca Athletic signing, but who knows? Maybe one day he can make the jump. Johnny Hernandez is more of a Pedri signing, right? Pedri was not a first-team signing. Pedri was a Barca Athletic signing with the hopes that one day he would make it to the first team. Of course, as soon as he arrived, Koeman saw him. It took him 5 seconds. He was like, I want this guy on my first team. This guy's not playing with Barca Athletic. And, well, lo and behold, that's exactly, look what we got, right? The best midfielder in the world. Now, the next signing in this one is directly for the first team, and a lot of you are going to be happy about it. I sure am happy about it. But ladies and gentlemen, Barcelona have reached a verbal agreement for the signing of, drum rolls, Joao Cancelo. Yes. It has happened, of course, as I said many weeks ago. I knew this was going to happen sooner or later. Barcelona wanted to sign Joao Cancelo. Joao Cancelo wanted to come to Barca and Barca only. Al Hilal were, of course, playing hard to get, insisting on those 15 million euros. But I told you this is going to bound to happen sooner or later, because if the player wants to come to Barca and Barca wants him, Al Hilal eventually we're going to have to cede, because, well, you cannot keep a player that doesn't want to be there, especially a player who made it clear that he was even willing to make it difficult, right? Not train, etc., etc. So it has happened. Barcelona have reached an agreement with Al Hilal for the signing of Joao Cancelo. They're going to pay a little less than 10 million euros to the Saudi club, and Joao Cancelo will be joining Barcelona for 2 seasons with an option for a third. Now, right now, all the details are being finalized, and once they are, everybody's going to sign, and Barcelona will make the official announcement. But Cancelo is coming to Barcelona. Now, let's end today's video with the news that, ladies and gentlemen, reports are stating that talks have begun between Barcelona and Atletico de Madrid for the signing of Julian Alvarez. Another thing I said before, I said, Julian wants to leave Atletico. He has told them he wants to leave. He has announced it to the public that he wants to leave, and he has said he wants to go to Barca and Barca only. He's even rejected agreements with PSG and Arsenal for his transfer. So it was eventually bound to happen that Atletico Madrid would have to relax their stance of that Julian is not for sale and they're not going to negotiate with anyone unless someone pays a 500 million euro release clause. Well, now reports stating that talks have began between both clubs. There's been contact between both clubs. And well, the agreement has been that negotiations will take place after the World Cup. So both clubs have talked and they've agreed, hey, once the World Cup is over, we're going to sit down at the negotiation table and we're going to discuss this in detail. And that's when it's expected that Barcelona might make a new offer, a new improved offer, more than the 90 million plus 10 that they offered previously, the offer that has gone unanswered. And, they hope that that final offer will be accepted by Atletico de Madrid for the signing of Julia. Anyways, that is all the news, ladies and gentlemen. Barcelona making 3 signings, including Joao Cancelo. And of course, the conversation's beginning for Julian Alvarez. Let me know what you guys think about all this news. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. And as always, Visca Barça.